because I sent 35 citizens throughout the agency just recently, and I got a lot of positive feedback. So it was an honor to go ahead and promote Major Mike Rolls, and he's here with us today, so we'll hear from him shortly. And then Correctional Officer Vernon Phillips is here with us, and he's a correctional officer, but he has a new task at the jail. We have 2 brand new family members at the Marion County Jail, and they're 4-legged. They're the ones that we actually rescued from Humane Society, and Vernon is one that is assigned to one of those dogs that will be, and I'll have him tell you exactly what he's doing with them. Okay?
Well, welcome, gentlemen. Nice to have you both on the program. Mike, congratulations on your promotion. And Vern, I know you do a great job over there, and I think the sheriff's got his eye on having a bigger family. That's all I'm going to say. Coming down the line someplace. He, of course, has his picture on the billboard with a dog. So there you go. You know what he feels about. So, gentlemen, welcome, and glad to have you on the show. We'll get into some of these things a little bit later on. People say, well, what is corrections? We kind of know what it is, but we don't know what it is. So we'll get you explained that. The Canine Patrol, which Potenza was going to develop here. Now you have other dogs, right?
That's correct. Yeah, we have a multitude of dogs, and they do different things.
Right.
These dogs are designed to just do drug detection.
Right. And they're rescue dogs.
They'll be rescue dogs.
And Vern, maybe we can talk to you about where those dogs came from and what it's like to take dogs like that and develop them, and what they're sensitive to in some ways and how that goes. So we're all kind of pet lovers on this show, so we want to know more about that too as well. Let's go ahead and take our break. We come back, we'll hear from Major Mike Rose and also Vern Phillips, Corrections Officer, along with Sheriff Blair, right here on Ask the Cops, sponsored by Daniel L. Hightower. Daniel L. Hightower, attorney, fighting for accident victim justice since 1976. Listen to the program right here on
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local. The Source.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life, from everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz.
Hi, I'm State Farm agent Angie Lewis. Come see me and my team for all your insurance and financial needs in the beautiful downtown historic district, 416 East Fort King Street, or call 291-2444.
Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in Florida, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood Restaurant. Mark's offers big city dining amenities in a charming and small town setting. It's a rare treat to experience both the ambiance and the exquisite cuisine in a friendly atmosphere. Ocala's finest restaurant serves the finest beef, the freshest seafood, premium wines, and naturally fresh vegetables. From valet parking to splendid service, Mark's offers the complete package. Check it out today. Mark's Prime Seafood and Steakhouse Restaurant.
Guy Harvey Checking is now exclusively available at Gateway Bank. With Guy Harvey Checking, you will receive Gateway's premium checking account, plus several other Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation features, including membership to the Guy Harvey Hammerhead Nation, free Guy Harvey t-shirt, and an exclusive Guy Harvey debit card. At Gateway Bank, we will make a $50 donation to the Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation for every new account opened. This is just one more reason why people choose Gateway Bank. Sign up today for your exclusive Guy Harvey checking account with Gateway. Details available at gatewaybankcfl.com, member FDIC.
If you've been hearing about the crowd at Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill and were worried because you couldn't get in, I've got some good news for you. Seating is now available. While you're there, look up Chef Dave Del Rio. He'll buy you a drink. Now is the time for you to finally see firsthand what your friends are talking about. At Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill, try Chef Dave's tantalizing Louisiana menu. Check out those gorgeous Lake Weir sunsets. Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill on beautiful Lake Weir. Seating now available.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show. juice blends made with beets especially can build up on your teeth, and as little as one juice a day could stain your smile permanently. A contaminated stethoscope pressed against the skin of a healthy patient probably won't cause a problem. I love that. Thanks for the probably. If we indulge ourselves in a few extra hits of the snooze button or a long mid-afternoon nap, we're just creating a template for our brain to stay awake in the middle of the night.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services, when your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements. From damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking: will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Back on The Voice of Ocala, Ask the Cops Day, sponsored by Daniel L. Hightower, lawyer, fighting for accident victim justice since 1976. What's so funny? Anyway, so, gentlemen, good to have you. Major Rolls, Mike Rolls from Major Corrections Officer Mike Rolls. Let's get it right. His name is Mike Rolls. He's the major of the corrections. That's what it is. Vern Phillips, Corrections Officer here from Marion County Sheriff's Office. Let's talk for a second about, first of all, corrections and what that means. We all know it's the facilities, et cetera, but exactly, Major, starting with you, what does that mean?
Well, the Marion County Jail, we take in arrestees from all the agencies within Marion County. The Ocala Police Department, FHP, Marion County Sheriff's Office. And in corrections, what we do is once they're brought into the facility, our job as a correction officer is to custody, care, and security of the inmate and of the facility. So basically what that means is any arrestee that comes into the Marion County Jail, the correction officer's job is to make sure that the inmate is safe while he's there and that he remains there until he's released, either by bond or by the judge.
So it doesn't matter who brings them in, whether it's the police department. Can someone like the Highway Patrol bring somebody in to the jail as well?
Oh, yes. Highway Patrol, the game wardens, Bellevue.
Not the federal people, though. The feds can't do that. The feds can't make an arrest. Can they bring them down? Feds make an arrest?
We probably have a warrant, but they can bring them in.
Yeah, we house federal inmates in the Marion County Jail. Also, currently at this time, from the 10th day of this month, we currently have 20 federal inmates inside the correctional
facility.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yes.
Are they in holding or not? They're
yes.
Waiting. Okay.
They're all in holding.
Okay. Yep. And of course, I know that Lowell's always been a big. My mother was in law enforcement. I told you that. She was a dispatcher for the sheriff's office. I know that Lowell was always with the women's prison, et cetera. How's that all connected with what happens in Lowell?
Well, at the Marion County Jail, when they're first arrested, they come in and they're housed at the jail. Once they're sentenced,
they go to Lowell.
And if their term, they're found guilty of their charges, and the judge sentenced them to DOC, then they'll leave our facility and go to DOC.
Okay, now it's just the women's prison in Lowell?
No, there's a men's
No,
prison.
Men's prison
yeah,
too. Okay.
yes.
Well, because you hear about the women's prison more for some reason. So then they go after jail. They're waiting to be adjudicated, et cetera, and wherever they're going to be sent after that, right?
Correct.
Okay. Very good. We're just getting a little bit of law enforcement 101 here, so we kind of get it all down. We understand. We think people know, but
Right.
we probably don't. All right. So, and in this whole operation, there's something. There's the K-9 department. Of course, there are dogs. Of course, they're partnered up with deputies. We know that. And now we have a new thing with Officer Phillips, Vernon Phillips, who's a corrections officer, and he's got, among the other things he's got 2 new dogs, right, who are primarily for drug sniffing and et cetera. Explain that exactly.
Yes, sir. We got 2 new dogs at the jail, and they're for contraband detection. And we got them in from the community, from the Humane Society, and they're rescue dogs. And
Come a little closer. You might
and
get
we're currently working with them. We just started. This is the first week of training. And the dog I primarily work with his name is Recon, and he's a hound mix. He's between the age of 2 and 3 years old, and he's catching on real quick to training. We're just doing different stuff with him, and I spend a lot of time with him there at work, just trying to create that bond, and so now I go into work and I have a good time. So
Recon's there wagging his tail and
oh yeah,
glad to see you.
yeah. But I get there in the morning. I open up his kennel, I get him out, and he's ready.
Is drugs and contraband like that that big of a problem inside the facility?
It's probably larger than we think it is. We do a lot of shakedowns in our daily job. We'll go in and you'll shake down a section and you'll
Now that means search a section.
yeah, you'll search a section. A shakedown is just you're searching. You're going in and you're searching. You're looking through their baskets. You're looking under the bunks. You're looking under their mats. You're looking anywhere you think that someone might try to hide something. And they get pretty good at it. So in the areas that we can't find, we're hoping that with bringing in these contraband detection dogs, that we're going to be able to find out the locations that we're not able to find ourselves.
These dogs just work at the correction facilities?
Yes, sir.
So what's the other one's name?
The other one's name is Chance.
I like that name. I told you that's a good name, Chance.
Yeah.
Well, that came, we involved the community here with the naming of the dog. So what we did, we put it out, and we got hundreds of names, and then the handlers were able to take it down to about 5, and then we put it back out, and Chance, I think, is the one that got chosen.
Chance was number 1.
But for second chance, and that's the reason name for Chance. And Recon, because I guess that's what he's going to be doing at the jail. He's going to be doing some going in and trying to find drugs for us. And I think the big thing is that we have 200 or 300 inmates out there each and every day, at our farms and different areas throughout the community doing work.
That's right. They leave the facility.
So they do. So when they come back, we just want to make
sure
sure that they're not moving stuff into the jail. And I think one interesting thing is if a dog hits on the mattress, we'll just cut it and take a look at it. Where before we just cut it, hoping it, or maybe something may be there. So it's working better for us. And we started with 2. There may be an opportunity for more. And I had a visit from the Humane Society this week. They're wanting to possibly do an extension of the program and have the inmates maybe train some dogs for the Humane Society. Then we bring them back to Humane Society, which makes it easier for adoption. So I gave that assignment to Major Rolls down there. And,
Yes.
And so he's visiting that right now.
He's on it. I can see him looking inside right now.
And I can tell you that, the dogs will be used inside the facility as well as outside of the facility also because, it takes a bold person to drive around a jail and toss something across the fence. So, this program was implemented by Sheriff Blair. We thank him, and we know that it's going to be a great program and it's going to benefit us. But these dogs will be able to walk around the outside of the perimeter of the jail. And if somebody's tossed something across the fence, I'm hoping Recon or Chance will pick it up and let us know that it's there. So
yeah, you don't want that to happen.
No.
How big a deal right now in this day and age of technology are cell phones inside?
We haven't had an issue yet with inmate bringing a cell phone inside the facility that I'm aware of. I'm not saying that it can't happen, but we've got 300 dedicated men and women at that jail that work hard to make sure those type things don't happen. So we take our security pretty serious because we know the first line defense to stop anything from happening is us doing our job. And if it's inside the walls of those jails, it's not good for us. So we take that very serious to block that type of stuff.
Buddy, I don't think that when you asked him about corrections earlier and he said that he gave an explanation, I don't think the average person understands when he said to keep the safety of the inmates and everything. He has to deal, as the director of the jail, you have to deal with feeding these inmates, so you have to run kitchens, you have to deal with the medical upkeep of these inmates, you have to oversee medical, you have to keep up with the hygiene of these inmates, you have to oversee the basics of soap and stuff like that. It's not just, hey, we put them in a cage and we walk away and forget about them.
Well, the jail is a very complex place, and you're absolutely right. We have to feed them 3 times a day. The meals have to be at certain temperatures, showers, toiletries, all different things that, the jail is responsible to make sure that if somebody's incarcerated in our jail, that they have an opportunity to have these items, and not be neglected at all.
And for the record, I've never been in the Marion County Jail. I just want to go ahead and get for the record.
You sound a little familiar with it, by the way.
I watch Law and Order on TV.
And
Rikers Island.
By the way, in the name of the dogs, Vern, if you ever have one that's real loud and obnoxious, I recommend Tom. So that would be one of these.
You didn't see that coming at all, did you, Vern?
There's that bus you were talking about.
Exactly. It runs both ways.
I think that one backed up.
Yeah, it did.
So, all right. So, in terms of what are the issues, Sheriff, in the correctional facility itself that you have to be most diligent about, other than the safety, like the Major said, in terms of the care and feeding of the inmates, etc. But what are the issues that you spend your most time on in corrections?
Well, I think the one thing that we certainly got to really pay attention to is the medical side of it. We got to make sure that the inmates get the medical needs that they need, and we got a great staff that does that. So really very few issues with that. So I think it's just one of those things, and you work on that. You got some that you got to put on suicide prevention, so you certainly got to be wary of that, so that if you see something that and sounds possibly that a person not doing well, we may have to put them on suicide watch. So there's things that you have to determine over there with that. And I think the big thing is we just got to make sure no weapons get inside the facility.
You see all the time, and I always wondered about this, the challenge. We only got about 30 seconds here. We'll wrap this segment up and come back. But when someone says they're sick, knowing if they really are sick or not, you always wonder how do they know? I mean, you don't want to take a chance if someone has abdominal pains and maybe their appendicitis burst or somebody's faking it. It must be a fine line there where you're able to detect that, right?
It's tough, and but we got, like I said, we got a great medical staff on hand, and they have to make those evaluations, and they got to make those calls, and we as staff certainly the Major and his staff will certainly pay attention to that, listen to their expertise, and we'll respond accordingly.
Although Major Rolls and Officer Phillips deal mostly with inside, there are things going on right now in law enforcement outside, which are all over the news. Everybody struggles with this because it's one of those situations that nobody wants to see things happening that are happening. We come back, let's talk about things like cameras on law enforcement officers. How do you feel about that? That's a good thing. How we might make it work, because we don't want to see anything happen like happened in North Charleston, obviously.
Right.
And we know it won't, but we got to be prepared. Coming back on the other side with Ask the Cop, sponsored by Daniel L. Hightower, lawyer, fighting for action and victim justice since 1976.
On 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, we're live and local. The Source.
They say diamonds are always a girl's best friend. April is Diamond Month at Goss & Son Jewelers. Check out their Tacori engagement and bridal sets and beautiful diamond anniversary band. Hand-selected by the Goss family, Teddy and Jerry Goss and Cammie McLeod. You can choose these beautiful diamonds just for you or your loved one. Visit Goss & Son Jewelers downtown on the square and let the diamond consultants help you select a one-of-a-kind piece. Goss & Son, downtown for 65 years. Whenever you're searching for an attorney, you want somebody with knowledge who has a commitment to our community and our state. Such is the case with Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer.
in everything from car and other motor vehicle accidents, work accidents, personal injury, and wrongful death cases. Daniel L. Hightower also handles Social Security disability and bankruptcy. Call him today at 352-629-7777 or check out danhightower.com. Daniel L. Hightower, fighting for accident victim justice since 1976. Does osteoarthritis bring frustration with every step? Do pain and stiffness affect your everyday activities? If so, you may be interested in a research study for the treatment of pain associated with osteoarthritis. Rinstar Medical Research is conducting a research study of an investigational medication for individuals between the ages of 40 and 75 and who have been treated for the pain associated with osteoarthritis for at least 3 months. Qualified participants will receive study-related medical care and investigational medication. Compensation for time and travel will be provided. To learn more about this osteoarthritis study, please call Rinstar Medical Research in Ocala at 352-629-5800. Again, that's 352-629-5800.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pam Huso. Authorities say he had plans to detonate a bomb at a military base.
It's alleged that he told another individual that detonating a suicide bomb was his number one aspiration because he couldn't be captured, all the evidence would be destroyed, and he would be guaranteed to hit his target.
U.S. Attorney Barry Grissom, 20-year-old John T. Booker faces a number of charges. His alleged target, Fort Riley in Kansas. The penalty phase in the Boston Marathon bombing trial will start on Tuesday, April 21st. Earlier this week, Johar Tsarnaev was convicted on all counts. He faces a possible death sentence. The number of dead rising to 2 in Fairdale, Illinois, following a tornado.
There was also one other person who was severely injured who's still in serious condition in the hospital.
Governor Bruce Rauner, Fox News, we report, you decide.
It'll be home to 942 bursts of laughter, a 16-pound blackened turkey dinner, and the loudest burp on record. It'll be the site of the most legendary blanket fort ever built, not to mention the stage of the Great Pillow War of 2016. It'll also be the final resting place of 2 hamsters and one of the sweetest turtles who will ever live. It will see its fair share of broken windows, broken bones, and broken hearts. But first, you have to find it. Start your home search at Zillow.com or on our family of apps. You can view millions of photos, browse historical pricing data, and even sign up for alerts when new homes hit the market. Because you're not just looking for a house. You're looking for a place for your life to happen. Zillow. Find your way home.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your mobile Verizon rep. But not just here, I'll deliver the phone to you in your home. While I'm there, I'll only sell you what you need and I'll personalize it to you. Want to have me get you connected? Then call me at 352-528-0020. I even offer unlimited home phone service for just $20 per month. Just call me, your mobile Verizon rep, at 352-528-0020.
On Mondays, AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to medical reporter Bern Pareso, the president and CEO of Good for All, Inc. Medical Marketing.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
And then Steve Gilliland will be on. He's a comedian. You hear him on Sirius XM Radio's Laugh USA show. He's coming out to speak about a book he's written. It's called Detour, Developing the Mindset to Navigate Life's Turns.
Have all of your vehicle questions answered by Matt Gibbs on Auto Repair with Personal Care.
And then William Craig Reed will be on. He served as a U.S. Navy diver, and he's written a book called Cold War III, How the U.S. Navy Can Defeat Putin and Halt Climate Change.
Brian Boyle is the National Volunteer Spokesman of the American Red Cross and a columnist with the Huffington Post. He's written a book called The Patient Experience, The Importance of Care, Communication, and Compassion in the Hospital Room.
All of that plus Fun with Joe on Mondays, AM Ocala Live, right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
All right, just a moment, we'll speak with Chris Spears. This is the Friday Drive, Chris Spears Prestige Auto. 2 locations to serve you. Chris joins us hopefully in just a minute here. If you need to know about automobiles and you need one, I'd encourage you to go to prestigeforyou.com. It's Prestige, the number 4-letter U.com, and check out some of the things that Chris has got on his lots. And right now we join Chris Spears. He's out there working on the lot right here on College Road at the Prestige location. Chris, how you doing?
Good, sir. I was just outside marking some cars, so I'm sorry I didn't held you up here a minute. But man, it's just a beautiful day outside. I wish I could move my desk outside today, but we've already helped a couple of families. A lawn business got a new truck today. We've been a couple of places and couldn't get financed, but you know who said yes? Chris said yes. And you had another father and daughter, and I just had a pastor come in looking for a vehicle, so I was outside and hi to Mr. Collier, so it's a lot of good stuff going on today. And buddy, how's things up at the station?
Things are good. We got the sheriff and 2 of his officers here with us today. We're talking about the events today. We've got say hello to Mike Rose. He's a major for corrections, and Vern Phillips, corrections officer, in charge of the of the canine force at the jail over there. So just say a quick howdy, and of course the sheriff's here and sends his best as well.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, gentlemen. Hey, Mike and Vern.
And
how you guys doing? Glad you're on the station there with Buddy Martin. You must sneaking out with the boss today for a late lunch and a little time with Buddy, and then head to the house.
That's what they're going to be doing a little bit.
Well, they got punished today. This is punishment for them having to come out here today. So, well, Chris, give us a quick update now. We know you got plenty of cars over there. Like you say, you got nice cars. You don't want to keep them. You like to sell them. So I call Chris the yes man because he'll take care of you. If you need a car and you're having difficulty getting finance or whatever, if you just need a car, go see Chris. 2 locations to serve you, Bellevue and College Road. Chris, what you got out there on the lot? Anything handsome?
Well, we've been blessed with some sales, and I've had 3 or 4 people in the last 48 hours bring me some nice vehicles. I got a lady bringing me a Chevy Duramax diesel 4-wheel drive, an 04 with just 100,000 miles on it. And I had another lady called me up about an hour ago. Her husband works at the hospital, and they've got an extra Scion TC, and she's going to bring it to me at 10 in the morning. So we buy cars too. Certainly I've purchased, I think, 46 cars in the last 15 days. I looked this morning, so we've got some stuff, and I'd love to change tags with somebody. And but man, I'm looking to buy stuff too, just to keep up with the sales. There's 7 guys selling and just me buying, so I need some help. If you got a car to sell, please come bring it to me.
Buy or sell. Go see the yes man, Chris Spears, Prestige Auto. Chris, have a great weekend.
All right, thanks. Appreciate the Sheriff's Department and all they do to keep us safe. They're a great group of guys, and I'm honored to live in Marion County.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris.
That.
Thank you, Jim.
All right. There's a happy citizen right there. Let's talk for a second. Sheriff, you got a couple things going on you want to talk about. I know you had a big buyback program for guns, et cetera. Update us what's happening over at the Sheriff's Office.
Well, we did the gun buyback program last weekend. Total success. We had 281 guns turned into the Sheriff's Office. We got a sawed-off shotgun, 10-year mandatory if you were found in your possession. And then we got 4 stolen guns, and we're working on those this week.
So if I had a sawed-off shotgun without a permit, I'm going to go to jail for 10 years, or I have to use it first?
No. You're in possession of it.
Possession of it.
Yep,
There's a lesson
absolutely.
for you out there right now.
So, absolutely. And the 4 stolen guns, we're in the process of identifying the owners. Basically, they're from out of state, these guns were. So we had to make notification with the other police departments or the sheriff's offices. So they'll be working on making contact, and then we'll return those guns to those owners. So it's a benefit for them for us to do that program. And then we also had over 100,000 pills turned in. We had bags full of pills.
100,000 pills. Wow, that's a bunch of pills.
Yeah, well, the good thing is, we really want them to turn them in because we don't want them in our water system. So, we don't want them flushed down the commode. So it's very important for them to bring them into it. Did a great job. We had special locations set up that particular day. And, we're just impressed about the guns coming back because these are old guns, most of them. People that didn't know if they were going to operate. So for safety, they bought them into us. And the other part of it, I got a concealed weapon class on the other side of this, buddy. Sometimes like the sheriff's saying, well, he's taking all our guns. Well, I'll just tell you that, I'm fixing to give concealed weapon classes to a whole bunch of people this coming Sunday. So in order for them to be able to get their
So if you
concealed weapon.
want to pack, you need to go how to do it.
Yeah,
Make sure
absolutely.
you're
And
legal, right?
we're full for this event. So, we do it every 3 or 4 months, but we're full up. And what we do with the monies that we earn, we give it back to the organizations in our community. So it's a great program, and I've been doing it since I've been the sheriff. Actually, I was doing it before I was the sheriff for fundraisers for cancers and things of that nature. So I just continued it, and I just think that people really loved that particular class.
Excellent. In the news this week, we saw kind of a horrifying video of a police officer who was firing at someone who was attempting to flee, who he had tried to apprehend. We don't have the whole story because we haven't seen the whole video, but it doesn't look pretty anytime you see someone being shot in the back, obviously.
Well, buddy, the dash cam video from the police car was released yesterday afternoon.
I saw it, but it didn't really fill in the blanks. It doesn't really tell you anything.
It shows how the guy got to go on the run in the first place.
Yeah, but it still doesn't tell us anything about what happened, whether it was a weapon drop, whether it was a taser drop, whatever. We'll never know that probably, but as we settle on the course. But my point is not so much that. We know, obviously, that's just bad for everybody. But the main thing is they're talking about now cameras for officers. I know I've talked to the chief about this, whether he wanted to do it or not. And tell me where the sheriff's office stands on cameras, individual cameras now. Do you have them? Do you want them? Would that be a
Well, we have a pilot program out there. You're looking at about $1,000 per camera per officer, and if you do the patrol side, we're at about $150,000 or more. And then if you do corrections, we got another large portion of that over there. So it's all about the funding. Where's the money going to come from? Right now, we need cars and some other things. And, I'm not against the program. I think that certainly it helps. It protects the officers. It protects the officers from false complaints as well as it does to show what actually took place. So, it's a two-way street. And I think I'm not totally against it. I can just tell you I think I support that. I think the problem is the funding. The second part of that, buddy, is that we have to be concerned with the public record requests. And a lot of people don't think about it, but where do you store all this information that's coming in on these recorders? And then you got to pay for that. And then on top of that, public record requests, you have to review that before you can release it to the media. So that would be to where you would spend a lot of hours reviewing because you can't just release information. You're going to have to look at it, review it, sign off on it, and then if you release the wrong information, then you could possibly be sued. So there's I think a lot of law enforcement agencies throughout the country, when we started talking about video and cameras, they now realize the cost of it. And the question is, do the citizens want to pay for that? And I think that's where it's going to be because that's who's going to pay for it.
Sure. And I really hadn't thought about that part of it. I understand totally how you wouldn't want to release something without reviewing it, knowing it's correct. Because you could, like you say, you could have a lawsuit. I just want to get from the three of you, I want just your feelings on what happens when you see an incident like that, when someone gets shot. And again, we don't always know the whole story. But the bottom line is, and I know that men and women put their lives on the line every day. And we've talked about it here, and you told me, and the chief has told me, don't ever draw your gun unless you plan to shoot it. Use it, right? If you're in a situation that's life-threatening. So I wouldn't even know where to begin to do that as a law enforcement officer. Have the courage to face that every single day, and I get why they're in harm's way. but then we have things like this happen. How does that affect you all?
Well, I think it plays an impact on all of us because, certainly we don't want our officers out there second guessing, when to take action and not take action because it could result in their death. So it's something that they have to evaluate. And I think, I had a citizen come up this morning and talk to me, and, her comment to me was, Sheriff, a lot of these people that things are happening to, they just don't listen. I mean, they're not reacting to the requests of the law enforcement officers. They're doing something to make these events unfold. And most of them, they are. That's what's happening. Right, wrong, or indifferent, some of that's happening. And, there's no way that you and I should Monday morning quarterback any of this because a lot of times there's a lot of facts out there that we just don't know or are not aware of. And I think you got to let the investigation unfold. Because, I'm a detective for many, many years, and I know that things can be there that just the public, like myself, in this particular case, is not aware of. There could be other witnesses' statements. There could be other evidence there. They're just not going to tell us that. So, and it's unfair to everyone to basically put something out unless we have all the facts. I think it's just something certainly we need to let it play out and let's see exactly what takes place. Yep. And if the officer's wrong, he's wrong. Yeah. I have officers on suspension at this point. I looked at the video. I wasn't happy. There's an investigation ongoing. I suspended them, and now I'm waiting on the investigation to take place. And we'll see how that rolls out. But, I think we just got to do the right thing.
Yeah. And I think what we all want is there exists right now an animosity in our country toward police officers, which is not healthy for anybody. And of course, the African American community and the Ferguson thing is something I talked with last week with two people from the police department about that very same thing. It's a difficult thing. It's a fine line, but one of the things we can do to try to educate the public is to talk about it, and talk about what it is, for them to understand that nobody wants this.
No,
and on either side. And the more open we are about it and the more we're able to discuss it and have a dialogue, the better chance we got to come into some kind of understanding.
We had an incident just a couple of weeks ago, buddy, that, is very concerning. We had an officer there's a person passed out in an intersection in his vehicle. The officer approached him, thinking probably it was a medical situation. The officer turned his head for just a second. The next thing you know, he has a gun pointed in his chest. That could have been a bad scenario. That officer reacted to where he basically redirected the firearm, okay, which is really crazy the way that thing went down, but it's on video. But we don't hear a whole lot about that. But I did get some letters from some individuals that actually saw that video praising that officer. Because he did do something differently by redirecting that firearm and then arrested that individual. But it could be that he wasn't going home that day.
Yeah, and we want everybody in the community to be safe. We want our law enforcement officers to be safe, too.
Absolutely.
So we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll wrap it up here with Major Mike Rolls and Vern Phillips, Corrections Officer, and Sheriff Chris Blair on Ask the Cops. Stay tuned to
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local. The Source.
Here in Florida, when you're looking to go to the beach, you've got hundreds of options. Theme parks, no shortage of options there either. But when it comes to home insurance, most companies have only one option. Allstate is different. Here in Florida, Allstate agents offer home insurance options from several companies, so they can help you get the coverage that's right for you. And they'll help you save on quality car insurance, too. For starters, safe drivers save 45% with Allstate. So before you settle for just one option, talk to someone with many home and car insurance options. Your local Allstate agent. Are you in good hands?
Hi, this is Kevin McDonald, your local Allstate agent. To get your quote, please call us at 622-2333 or stop by one of our 2 Ocala locations.
Allstate has no financial responsibility to you for any home insurance policy you purchase and would not be responsible for any claims. Allstate does not make any representations or accept liability related to operations of home insurance companies, including but not limited to their financial conditions. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
Need a car? Need financing? Need somebody to cut through the red tape and send you rolling down the highway? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Got great credit and just prefer a quality pre-owned car at a fair price from somebody you can trust? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Want to avoid high pressure to feel appreciated and be able to choose from a wide selection of AutoCheck and Carfax certified vehicles?
Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala and Bellevue. Prestige, it's all there in our name.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, the new old-fashioned bank. Let us introduce you to Okus, a simple way to bring your business online. Through this relationship, your business can have a fully functioning website in less than 30 minutes. We will also provide you support with social media, sales tracking, e-commerce, and online scheduling, which is all optimized for mobile users. Okus, now at Gateway Bank, Silver Springs Boulevard, Ocala. Come visit our technology center for your total small business solution. I'm Tom Ingram, and I'll see you there.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
Johnny, what are you doing in the bathroom? What are you saying? Wait, where are your toy cars? Oh no, tell me you didn't. Honey, call Mike Scott Plumbing.
I didn't do anything.
For once that's true, but little Johnny flushed his toys down the toilet and now it's broke.
Yes. Oh no. I'll get the phone. What's the toll-free number?
866-314-4443.
Got it. 866-314-4443.
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, they do it. At Mike Scott Plumbing, from the moment you walk through the doors, it's evident that quality is key. From our fully stocked parts department to our fully trained service technicians who can help with anything from a clogged drain to your irrigation system and even servicing your entire septic system. Visit one of our beautiful showrooms in Hernando or in Wildwood and let us show you how to turn your kitchen and bath dreams into reality. Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
Holidays and memories go hand in hand. Why not make this Easter even more memorable by serving a honey-baked ham and delicious sides and desserts? Yum! Yes, the coconut and lemon cream cakes are back.
Enjoying the family, egg hunts, and just being able to relax without having to spend hours in the kitchen will make your day a memorable one. Hop on over to Honey Baked Ham.
Call and place your holiday order today, 861-0011. That's 861-0011. Honey Baked Ham, behind Best Buy.
A couple minutes ago here on Ask the Cops with Mike Rolls and with Vern Phillips and the sheriff, Chris Blair. Gentlemen, tell me about the situation now in terms of the budgeting part, which the sheriff is always having to deal with. You have things that cost money that you do at the jail. We obviously don't want to have a second-rate jail. And from talking to you, Major, the sheriff has done his best to bring you the best facilities and the best programs you can possibly get at the jail. Do you think people understand, as you said, what it takes to run a jail and how much it takes with food and clothing and health, et cetera? Explain that a little bit, will you?
Yeah, the jail has a budget of about $30 million, but out of that, you have your inmate medical costs, your food service costs, laundry, you have to have clean laundry, you have hygiene supplies and different things that you have to buy. A large part of that budget, is medical. Medical takes up a large part of the money that we utilize in the jail. The food cost is about $54 per day per inmate.
Well, it's probably more. I thought it'd been more than that, actually. To be honest.
I wish I could get $54 a day to eat on. Oh, I can.
Yeah, you can. We can fix that up right this afternoon if you'd like to have it.
Well, that's one thing about the jail. We do a very good job of trying to keep the cost of the meals down. We do that through partnerships. The sheriff's big on partnerships. We're partners with the UF, and we have our baseline farm.
Yeah, you have a farm out there.
Yes.
It's nice. I pass it all the time out there. Yeah.
Yes, and that all that stuff contributes to helping cut the inmate costs in our facility. According to some of our best Florida peers, they're running anywhere from $90 to $100.
Wow, that's good. Well, we got a minute to go. Vern, what's the next dog going to be? Are they all going to be different kinds? Do you have shepherds and beagles and hounds, and what do you have? Are they different?
Well, currently we just have the two.
Yeah, but what would be your next choice? Would you like to have a good old bloodhound or a...
It depends. You know, the two trainers that are working with us, what they'll do is they'll go to the Humane Society and they'll check the dogs for their toy drive. You know, they'll go and they'll play with them and they'll see how they react to a tennis ball or tug or something, and that's what they need. It's not specifically the breed; it's the drive they're really looking for.
Personality drive, what have you.
Yes, sir.
Gentlemen, thanks for coming in. Major Mike Rolls from the Corrections and Vern Phillips, Corrections Officer. And Sheriff, it's good to see you again. I know you're up to something. You'll be running or walking. Last time I saw you, just come back from running your laps and your time, so you're always on the move.
Hey,
so.
I'm good. I completed the obstacle course last week, so I'm good.
You're legal. We're good to
for
go.
the next 12 weeks. So Mike was out there. He witnessed it. So and they did video it.
I'd like to see that. Mike, could you give me a copy of that? I'd like to see.
Yes, I'll do that.
I was trying to get them to establish that I set a record. But I told
Sheriff's
them to
record.
speed the film up.
Sheriff. Hey, thanks, Sheriff. Gentlemen, have a great weekend. Stay tuned. Coming up next, Restaurant Food Show, followed by Southern Pigskin tonight, right here on the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA The Source. It is a replay of the Restaurant and Food Show, so don't call in to win. It's a replay.
Let's give it up for old asphalt and a new pair of shoes. Let's give it up for a good rhythm meeting a sweet melody. For a church cookout under clear skies. Let's give it up for good things coming together, like bundling your auto and other policies together with an Allstate agent, which can save you time and keep you better protected. Let's give it up for good.
To receive your comparative insurance quote, contact the McDonald Agency at 622-2333.
They say diamonds are always a girl's best friend. April's Diamond Month at Goss & Son Jewelers. Check out their Takori engagement and bridal sets and beautiful diamond anniversary band. Hand-selected by the Goss family, Teddy and Jerry Goss and Cammie McLeod. You can choose these beautiful diamonds just for you or your loved one. Visit Goss & Son Jewelers downtown on the square and let the diamond consultants help you select a one-of-a-kind piece. Goss & Son, downtown for 65 years. If you need a sign or a banner for your yard or your business or your campaign, I'd recommend you go to Signs Unlimited at 318 South Magnolia in Ocala. Screen printing, embroidery, digital graphics. Do what I did when we needed signs for the Save the Marion Theater Group. Go see Vic Buttermore at Signs Unlimited if you want quality work with a fast turnaround from somebody who is deeply committed to his community and always ready to assist you. There's a reason Vic's slogan is, "It's our business to make your business better." Sign up for Signs Unlimited. Call 732-7341 today. Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name.
Here's a way for you to have some fun and at the same time support Team WOCA The Source in our efforts to raise funds for the Marion County Literacy Council. You can have Robin and I come to your event or somebody else's event. I play accordion, she plays mandolin, and we'll give the oompa surprise to somebody who may not be expecting it. So call us at 732-8000, ask for Robin. 100% of your donation of any amount will go to the Marion County Literacy Council, and it is tax deductible. Call today, 732-8000.
Join a tradition of artistic excellence by submitting an artist application for the 34th Annual Downtown Festival and Art Show. The Arts Festival will be held November 14th and 15th in historic downtown Gainesville. This is a great opportunity to display and sell your art to more than 100,000 visitors. Applications for the Downtown Festival and Art Show are available upon request at 352-393-8536 or online at gvlculturalaffairs.org.
Hi,